Hi, I'm Adam Burton, and this is the Daily Devo. Today is Wednesday, December 1, 2021. This week's Bible memory passage is Philippians chapter 2, verses 10 through 11. So that at the name of Jesus, every knee should bow in heaven and on earth and under the earth, and every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. Philippians chapter 2, verses 10 and 11. Here's what happened on this day in history. In 1918, the Kingdom of Iceland is established. The Kingdom of Iceland was established with the signing of the Act of the Union with Denmark. The act recognized Iceland as a sovereign state under a common monarch with Denmark. The kingdom lasted until 1944, when a national referendum created the Republic of Iceland. In 1919, Nancy Astor becomes the first woman to join the British House of Commons. Nancy Witcher Langhorne, also known as Nancy Astor, became the first woman to join the British House of Commons. In 1943, the Tehran Conference ends. The Tehran Conference between the US, the UK, and the Soviet Union ended with the three countries deciding to open up a second front against Germany and France, and the Soviet Union agreeing to declare war against Japan. In 1958, the French colony of Ubangi-Shari gains autonomy. The French colony of Ubangi-Shari, known as the Central African Republic, gained autonomy from France. 2 years later, the country became independent and adopted its current name. And in 2009, the Treaty of Lisbon comes into force. The Treaty of Lisbon, which amended the two treaties, the Maastricht Treaty and the Treaty of Rome, that formed the constitutional basis of the European Union, came into force after being signed by 13 countries in 2007. And now you know what happened on this day in history. Meditate today on Proverbs 1, the Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel. To know wisdom and instruction, to understand words of insight, to receive instruction in wise dealing, in righteousness, justice, and equity, to give prudence to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the youth. Let the wise hear and increase in learning, and the one who understands obtain guidance, to understand a proverb and a saying, the words of the wise and their riddles. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. Hear, my son, your father's instruction, and forsake not your mother's teaching, for they are a graceful garland for your head, and pendants for your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, and let us lie in wait for blood, let us ambush the innocent without reason. Like Sheol, let us swallow them alive, and whole, like those who go down to the pit. We shall find all precious goods. We shall fill our houses with plunder. Throw in your lot among us. We will all have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Hold back your foot from their paths, for their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed blood. For in vain is a net spread in the sight of any bird, but these men lie in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives. Such are the ways of everyone who is greedy for unjust gain. It takes away the life of its possessors. Wisdom cries aloud in the street. In the markets she raises her voice. At the head of the noisy streets she cries out. At the entrance of the city gates she speaks. How long, O simple ones, will you love being simple? How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing, and fools hate knowledge? If you turn at my reproof, behold, I will pour out my spirit to you. I will make my words known to you. Because I have called, and you refuse to listen, have stretched out my hand, and no one has heeded, because you have ignored all my counsel, and would have none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when terror strikes you. When terror strikes you like a storm, and your calamity comes like a whirlwind. When distress and anguish come upon you, then they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but will not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, would have none of my counsel, and despised all my reproof. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their way, and have their fill of their own devices. For the simple are killed by their turning away, and the complacency of fools destroys them. But whoever listens to me will dwell secure, and will be at ease without dread of disaster. Thank you for listening to the Daily Devo. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you tomorrow. God bless.